Welcome, everyone, to the Side Draft Podcast. This past weekend, the Xfinity Series went to Texas Motor Speedway, and in the end, Cole Custer wins and punches his ticket to Homestead.
Yeah, he really determined to get to Homestead and really drove a good race.
So, at the start of this race, Christopher Bell won the pole, and also the 22 would have to start at the rear for he crashed in practice, so he had to get a new a backup car, and he would march his way through the field. Started the race, Christopher Bell gets sideways and spins on the very first lap, very much like Kansas, and manages to not hit anything, so he's all right for now.
Yeah, something about his last two races that something happened on the first lap for Bell.
Some of the cars in the back got bunched up, and the 22 had some contact on the front. Not too bad, but enough to maybe cause a little bit of aero issues.
Oh no, not again. Yeah, because he's in last place in the playoffs, and he's really he's about in a must-win situation.
Yeah, even if all of the playoff drivers would crash, he would still, and if he would finish second, it'd still be 1 or 2 points out. So must-win situation for Cindric.
Yeah, start the race is 40-some points back. So
lucky for him, he's in the 22. They've won Phoenix with Brad Keselowski last time, so he's just going to have to, call up Brad, ask him what to do, and I'm pretty sure he'll be all right.
Yeah.
Restart would happen. Shane Lee in the 3 car this week would lead with Tyler Reddick on the outside. Shane Lee would do a great job holding the lead for a few laps until Tyler Reddick would eventually get around him, and Cole Custer would follow right behind him. We'd have caution for some debris with Bobby Earnhardt. He ran through the grass, and the grass caused the caution.
Yeah. Just all of a sudden the grass is on the field, so on the track.
It's not football.
Sorry, I'm serious.
If you want to see a football series, click like now. Just kidding. We're not going to do that. That'd be terrible. We don't know nothing about football. Tyler Reddick would lead on the restart, with Daniel Hemrick chasing him in second. The camera went to Christopher Bell. They talked about Bell for a little bit. We saw some Ryan O'Ryan action there in front of us as Ryan Sieg would snap loose and get right into Ryan Truex, and he would crash. And they would crash into the wall. I think Ryan Sieg managed to keep it off, but bad luck for Truex.
Yeah, something about on the bottom on the start of the race, or if it was what kind of tires he was on at the time. But you just get really loose on the bottom, and your car just slide up the track, and that's pretty much what happened.
And we would have a caution for that. Restart, though. Daniel Hemrick manages to clear Tyler Reddick, and Hemrick would go cruising to yet another stage win. I think he's the most winningest stage winner in this series so far.
Yeah, he's getting real good in winning stages. A lot of times he can't finish off at the end of the race. He really, turning on right now in the playoffs, and he's really trying.
So stage 2 would begin. Tyler Reddick would lead on the restart as Daniel Hemrick, his car doesn't seem to be as good on sticker tires, fresh tires, and he would get better towards the run goes on, but that could be an issue with the way these races play out. Could have like a overtime situation. That's just not how you want to be.
Yeah, but with the new surface and the sticker tires, is real slick, and your car gets really loose.
And Cole Custer would put some pressure on the 9, and he would get underneath the 9 car with some lap traffic ahead. The 9 car would just give the 35 just a little nudge, not too bad, and then the 35 would go around right in front of him. They both managed to miss him.
Yeah, it's really tough going through lap traffic, and the closing rate coming up onto the lap traffic, is really hard to judge.
Yeah, and it's just nowhere the 9 could have went besides, throwing away the lead and go way high. But race car drivers, you don't want to do that. You want to go for the lead.
Yeah.
And lap cars just get in the way sometimes. So that would be a caution. We'd see some pit and some don't. The 0, and 9, Cole Custer and Tyler Reddick, they would stay out. Christopher Bell and Daniel Hemrick would lead out of the pits. Bell having an amazing run back to the front. 5 to go, would have another restart. Cole Custer leads, Reddick on his outside. Custer would clear him, and Custer would go on to win the stage.
Just trying to rack up some more points.
Yeah, because at this point, Cole Custer is, pretty much out of the playoffs. He's just trying to march his way up and get out of that hole that Kansas put everybody in.
Yeah, I believe he started with like 20, 22 points out of the cutoff. So he's points really help him try to get into the top 4.
John Hunter Nemechek would win the race off pit road. Won the race at Kansas, and some strategy may put him up front here, as Christopher Bell will lead after staying out. The 19 of Brandon Jones would spin on that restart very quickly, got into the 5 of Michael Annett, and caution would be out yet again. And then Christopher Bell would lead. He had a great lead on that restart. I think Sadler just laid off just a little bit, and I didn't want to cause too much issues. Knew Bell was faster maybe, and just let him go. Didn't want to really ruin his chances of making it to Homestead. Then the 66, Bobby Earnhardt would get into the wall. Heads for the pits, no caution. Daniel Hemrick would march to second, chases after Christopher Bell, as Ryan Truex would go hard into the wall and would have caution. Some will pit, and some don't. And 19 would win the race off pit road, taking no tires. And normally that would be a terrible call. But here at Texas, new tires are worse than like the older tires.
Yeah, it seemed like it took the tires a couple laps to get the knee wore off, and once it did, the cars would handle a lot better and you pick up speed. So.
And then Daniel Hemrick would beat Christopher Bell to the second spot off the pits. And then a tire would explode in the pits for Bobby Earnhardt.
Yeah, that's what you really call an uncontrolled tire.
Yeah, I wonder what the rule is, like how far a tire can go in the Z-axis somewhere, because they got rules for the X and Y, but is there a rule for that, or
it's not an arm's length, but
yeah.
Who wants to stand there holding a tire when it explodes? You'll let the official, they're like, whoa.
Yeah. So some exorcism going on out there. But after the explosion with the tire there, we have a restart with Brandon Jones and Daniel Hemrick. Christopher Bell almost loses it again on that restart. Daniel Hemrick would pass Brandon Jones for the lead. Austin Cindric would barely get into Bell. Bell would spin, hit the wall. His day is done, and that is major implications for the most winningest driver in this series.
Yeah, he's not having a very good time on this round. And it's not Cindric's fault. Maybe he just got a little loose and Barry tapped Bell a little bit and just spun around.
And the crazy thing is Bell has, before Cole Custer won this race, he was the only playoff driver to win in this playoffs. Because Chase Briscoe won the Roval, and John Hunter Nemechek won at Kansas. So no other playoff drivers have won besides Bell. And now he is facing elimination.
Yes, he's pretty much in a must-win at Phoenix. So we'll see what they can do.
And then we'd have a great battle between Hemrick and Allgaier as on that restart, the 18 and the 19 spin and hit the wall, bringing out the caution yet again.
Yeah, it's pretty tough when teammates wreck each other. But once again, these cars are really loose on the bottom and they just spin up. And the biggest thing is don't be right beside somebody.
Then Allgaier will be leading the race on the restart and just got lucky there with the timing and scoring. I put Hemrick in a situation where he's on the inside, and he's not too great on the restarts. We'll see how that goes. Hemrick would get a good run on him on the inside. Hemrick would clear to 7. Now he's hoping he gets a great lead out there, and maybe he could save some fuel. But a caution would go out for 35 of Joey Gase for blowing a tire. We have a restart with the 21 and the 7 yet again. But this time, Allgaier would clear Hemrick, as Hemrick would fall back to 3rd or 4th throughout that run, while John Hunter Nemechek would march his way to Allgaier, and he thought he had enough to make it to the end. We didn't get to see that, though, because another teammate crashed with the 16 Ryan Reed and the 60 Ty Majeski. They would get into each other, and just not a good day for Ryan.
No, not a good day for Ryan.
As Ryan Preece wrecked in that previous wreck, we had Ryan Reed, then Ryan Truex and Ryan Sieg. They all crashed together, so we had like a purge for Ryan.
So it's not a very good day for maybe Ryan. So.
Sorry, Ryan Blaney.
maybe Ryan Blaney can change it on Sunday.
And Ryan Newman, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
And all you Ryans out there, stay safe. Pit stops would happen yet again. John Hunter Nemechek, who thought he would be safe, would go down pit road. Didn't really try to gamble it there, play it safe. He's not in the playoffs, but still wanted to play it safe, top the fuel off there. Cole Custer would stay out along with Tyler Reddick, Sadler, and Cindric. As on that restart, we had just a few laps to go. The 3-car slides up into his teammate Daniel Hemrick as they both spin, and the 3 would come down and just slam into the 0 Garrett Smitley. And that's a weird situation because your teammate is in the playoffs. You do not want to do this type of thing. Going to be a long and heated conversation at RCR on Monday.
You don't really want to take a teammate out of the playoffs. I know Matt Tift and Dan Hemrick are in the playoffs, and Shane Lee's not. But it seemed like all 3 was kind of bumping each other all day.
And the final restart would begin Cole Custer versus Tyler Reddick. Who will punch their ticket into Homestead? Reddick had an amazing restart. It looked like he was just going to cruise to Homestead. But Cole Custer would march his way to him, get right there, final lap, try to do the side draft. They would make contact, almost spin out. Cole Custer manages to take it home to Texas.
Yeah, it looked like, Reddick was coming down, Custer's going up, they're just going for the same space. And I know Austin Cindric was like, yeah, come on, y'all wreck, so I can, because Austin Cindric come in the 3rd, and that's good for him and trying to get his points.
Yeah, almost had a Roval-esque finish there.
Yeah, I was like, come on.
But yeah, that was this race at Texas. And we have 2 more races to go, which is Phoenix and Homestead. Our light is fading. Our happiness is almost done. We won't have NASCAR no more.
Yeah, I know we didn't mention it, but Jeremy Clements had a very good day. He ran the top 10 a lot of times today, and he finished 15th, so that's really good for that team.
Yeah, he finished 9th in one of those stages and had a really good day.
Yeah, just want to give a shout out to that team.
And with that, we are moving on. Talk about Phoenix. It is sort of a short track, sort of not. No one knows what it is. It's an odd track. You don't know what it is. It's like we had that debate with New Hampshire if it was a short track or not. Probably going to have that debate again with Dale Jr. and Jeff Burton. But who do you think will take it home in Phoenix, punch their ticket in the Homestead?
Well, I'm going for a driver that hasn't won this year but ran very well. It's also in the playoffs. I want to go with Alex Sadler. I believe he's going to get a win before he retires.
And I'm going with another driver that hasn't won this year. Hasn't won in the series yet, but had a great run. Almost won a few. I'm going with Daniel Hemrick. I think he's been there, and I think finally at Phoenix, the planets will align. Daniel Hemrick will be doing a backflip.
That'd be awesome to see.
So
I was hoping to see him do it at Texas, since Carl Edwards was at Texas, and it'd be awesome to see Daniel Hemrick do a backflip while he was there.
if Hemrick wins Phoenix, we will both do a backflip on the podcast, even though you can't see it. You'll just hear us fall to the ground. But we hope you enjoyed.
You don't want to watch it because it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah. You don't. You just want to hear. But thank you all for watching. We'll see you tonight for our cup review of Texas. See you then.